Hello everybody. About 2 years ago I started this YouTube channel, and in the very first video I was sharing about how I had come to understanding, a vision of how life could be quite different on planet Earth. I was using the word Utopia because I had been traveling for such a long time through community projects, permaculture projects in the south of Europe that really gave me a concrete vision for what life could actually be like on this beautiful planet. And it's 2 years ago now, and I just came out of a 3-week retreat in an ashram here in Guatemala. I'm sitting on the Lake Atitlan. I don't think you can see the volcanoes in the background, but it's a beautiful spot on planet Earth. And for 3 weeks I was there doing a retreat called the Tantric Way, and this retreat made it very present for me again and very clear how important transparency is on this path towards this vision that I and many other people share. Transparency meaning the readiness to show myself in especially vulnerable spots where I have tension, where I have fears. To show myself in these places to other people is such a powerful experience and transformative experience that I felt like talking about this for a bit in this kind of 2-year anniversary video of Daywalker. In this 3-week retreat we did what Gaia Ma, our facilitator, called the transformational circle. In Tamera, maybe some people who watch some videos remember me mentioning this. It's called the forum. It's similar in a way, there are some differences, but in the end it's a space where human beings sit in a circle and work through human issues really, where somebody takes the courage to get up, to speak about something that's creating tension in them, that's moving them, that's making them sad, or maybe even that's making them very happy, and sharing this with everybody else. And in that very first video I made, I spoke about this Utopia vision, and in other places on my channel I did that too. And when we look at the world and how crazy it is, how the wars are going on and starvation and nature is being destroyed and so many refugees and all these things that really paint this picture of we're going down the hill, and there are no actual solutions presented, if you ask me, on this realm of discussion in society. I don't see it. I do look more than I should maybe, but I don't see it. The propositions are, in my eyes, efforts to work on the effects but not on the causality behind those effects. And the work that's happening in Transformational Circle, in Forum, in these projects, that is the work that's tackling the causation, the causality behind this manifested reality that is so crazy. Wow, little gecko running by. This is the work I am convinced we have to do. That's the work that I myself have been working on, and that I see in all those places that already begin manifesting a new culture. That's where this kind of work is happening, and it's super important and it's super powerful, and it's so relieving for the individual to take the courage and walk this path and conquer the fears and do this kind of work. Be transparent, be true to themselves, and show themselves in vulnerable spots in this kind of spaces in the beginning. Take this learning, these insights coming from there to the outside world, and this way spreading this development, this empowerment, more and more, really. It's a process I can observe. It's a slow process. It's not happening in the newspapers, in the media, social media maybe, yeah. It's happening there. People are making an effort. I'm making an effort, actually. This video is an effort in that direction. And it's so powerful to see somebody stand up, go in the middle and share from their weak point about a trauma, about maybe even show themselves in the perpetrator role, where they stand up and say, I was someone who abused somebody else, or I was someone who did this and that. I don't have a good example now. But to be seen in this, that creates true context between human beings. And truth comes into this picture. Truth is a term that is so widely used at the moment, and lies, the lying press and all this stuff. But the one area of life where we can actually speak truth is when it comes to our own feelings. I can share my truth with people, and this will create true contact. Truth, trust, transparency. Trust is created when I make myself transparent, when I speak my truth. That creates trust between me and that person speaking their truth. And yeah, like I say, in the very beginning, the mission of my channel was to shed some light on these projects, this vision that I more and more developed. And that's what I'm doing here with this video as well. And in the coming weeks and months, maybe even more, like I'm pretty ready to show myself in this kind of space. Like in the retreat I was mentioning now, I have no problem speaking my truth. I mean, it's still not easy always, but I'm very ready to do that. And having this channel and kind of being in this luxurious position that I'm in, without commitments, and nothing can backfire on me in a way. I don't want to challenge this, but many other people have much more on the line than I do. I can speak about my porn addiction in the next video, which I actually am gonna do. And I can speak about other things. Ask me questions if you like. I feel ready to. I feel like I'm all in already, so I feel ready to lead this opening in a way. And I hope that in general we, as a society, achieve this more. That we become, in our personal contexts, more transparent with each other, but really first to ourselves. That's the starting point of it all. If we lie to ourselves, we're gonna lie to other people. And then the path is to get rid of the fog that's keeping us from being true to ourselves and realizing what we actually want. There's this one quote that I really like, and it's, if you don't know what you want, the question of creating it doesn't arise. It's super important to know what we want, and it's super hard, this question, to actually know. But the more we know what we want, the more we can begin manifesting it, the more we can communicate it, and the more we can show ourselves with it. And it's such an important work, yeah? Going into the street with a sign that says stop the wars, or stop Monsanto, or whatever that sign might say. That's actually not doing much. It might be a release and you go home feeling like you did something. I was in this phase some years ago where I was in the street every Monday, and this was an important experience that I had to make, and I went through it, and that's when actually my path started of taking a different approach to the whole question of how we can manifest a peaceful, cooperative, regenerative culture on planet Earth. And the actual work that needs to be done is here. It's on the inside here. Oh yeah, here it is. It's in our hearts. It's in our minds, maybe. But that's where the process starts. I feel like this is all for today. I will make some more videos in the coming week and months and so on. But also I will go to the jungle in 1 month for 3 weeks. I will do a ayahuasca retreat and will be in Peru in the jungle. And I'm super excited for this. I try not to have many expectations. It's been coming for a long time, this wish, and I'm so happy that it's finally happening. Probably I will end up talking about it on my channel, but this video is in a way also a commitment to get over the fear that I'm still carrying. Even though I've been making YouTube videos now and also showing myself with things that were quite tough for me, sharing about my bowel disease. It's one video that I remember. It was hard making this and going out there with it. But yeah, I wanna, it's so present, this importance of this, and I want to go this path and lead by example in a way that I will probably be speaking about many other things and point towards resources that help me on my path, but really to find the courage to just speak from my heart and live this transparency that I find so amazing in the personal context and in these communities that I visit, to bring this also through this camera to the internet, to the homes of people who come across this. And what I really appreciate is feedback and some just people giving me a like or a comment is such a motivational act, you don't even believe it. So do that if you feel called to do that. Let me know what you think, ask me questions. I'm always happy to answer some questions or feel encouraged to make a video when I know somebody out there actually wants to hear that. And I will leave it at that for today. Thank you everybody. I'm very grateful to be on this path and find the courage to do what I do. And I hope to reach somebody out there and inspire some people. And even if it's just for me, that would be good as well. So, thank you, that's it for today. Ciao.